Hello, Gorehors and fellow Deadites. I'm Brendan.
I'm Sam.
And welcome to Our Life in Horror.
And we are reviewing The Final Girls.
Final.
Anyone want to help me pick some strawberries?
Nope, but I'll give you a hand with those melons. Talking about her boobs.
Oh, I love Adam. And today we're also reviewing this movie with Tyra. Everybody, welcome Tyra.
Yes, thank you. Hello. How are you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Waiting for y'all to play more clips of Kurt.
It's the only one I have, unfortunately.
We could put the whole thing on here, but we'd be here for like 4 hours.
Yeah.
Kurt's hilarious.
Before we start, can you tell everyone about your YouTube channel? Because you seem like you are doing a lot. So tell everyone what you're doing and where they can find you.
All my life. I am Tyra with Struggle Reviews TV. I do a lot of lives currently, but I also have my own personal content. All of my videos are throwback movies. Most of the time, people pay for anything from the 80s all the way down to the early 2000s, and it's by request. For the low price of $60, I will review and discuss any movie you want to. What's coming up is Welcome to the Dollhouse, Training Day, Basketball Diaries, and so many others, but those are the only few that I can name just off the back of my tongue. And as far as lives, I am currently discussing from Grotesserie, so much, maybe the Penguin, Fight Night, three women. It's a whole lot. I am here every day. I am here every day, and I also just started my channel memberships. And there's a whole lot of stuff going on with that, but I am busy and I am happy that I made time to be here with you guys.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you for coming on. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
So what made you choose Final Girls as one of the options to review tonight?
I feel like it's so underrated. I never hear anybody mention Final Girls, and this is just a movie I kind of threw on randomly one day. I don't remember how long ago it was, but I was like, that was a damn good movie. I was like, why do I know about this movie? And then I kind of got into it, and it was always one of those films that I regret. Like, why didn't this get a sequel? If any movie should have got funded to get a sequel, it should have been this one, and it didn't get one. So most of the time when you try to get into horror spaces or on a panel, a lot of us typically talk about kind of the same movies, the ones that we love. So I wanted to maybe shine a little light on something that maybe somebody else hasn't seen before.
Awesome.
Yeah, I know. I was surprised with your list that you sent us because I was like, this is Tyra. Like, I know from the horror panel, like she's always talking about the 70s, boobs, sex, ultra high violence. And then all the movies you sent were pretty PG. I'm like, what's going on here?
Yes.
Which I love, by the way. Every time Nikki introduces you, I'm like, I need to collab with this girl.
Yeah, I didn't know how far to go. So I was like, maybe on the more so rated side, that was what Bite was for, and then everything else was, PG. And Cherry Falls is one of those movies that I feel like it shouldn't have been PG. It wasn't supposed to be. That should have been a rated R film.
Yeah, we watched that one
last year, I think.
Last year for the first time. Yeah. I liked it. Yeah. All right. Should I
hit the comments?
Hit the comments. Yeah, sorry. Now I'm forgetting the comments. All right. Hey, Big Rod. What's this? I'm finally not driving during a stream. Good. Safety first. Thank you for joining us. Hey, Ryan. Hello, Tony.
Tony T.
And we got Critic After Dark. Hey, Bo. How are ya? I'm here for the ride.
The equalizer.
All right. So I'll get into the movie facts quickly, and then we'll get into this. So this has a 6.5 on IMDb, 76% on Rotten Tomatoes. Release date was November 3rd, 2015. I feel like this movie literally came out a couple years ago. I don't know why. When I saw the date, I was shocked. I was like, no way it's been that long. Director is Todd Strauss-Schulson. Budget was $4.5 million. Max, recently orphaned, goes to a screening of a B horror movie that her mother made 20 years earlier. When Max and her friends find themselves in the world of the film itself, they must apply their knowledge of horror tropes to survive. This has quite the cast, but it's got Taysa Farmiga, Farmiga, Malin Ackerman, Nina Dobrev, Adam Devine. Is it Devine or Divine? I never know how to say that.
I never know either.
Thomas Middleditch, Alexander Ludwig, Alia Shotcat, Chloe Bridges, and Tori N. Thompson. So spoiler-free thoughts. What do you guys think of this movie?
I love this movie. I love this movie. Is this like a spoiler-free space?
Sorry?
I said, is this like a spoiler-free space? Do you guys
No, we'll get into spoilers. We
Oh,
just do
that's fair.
spoiler-free thoughts to
I've
start.
never
Sorry.
done that in my life.
Just to start.
No, I love the more. This is the type of film that falls into the realm of the alternate campy universe, like Freaky or Happy Death Day. Just those really fun Groundhog's Day type of films, and it's also just paying homage to all of those great 80s films, you know, that I love, the slashers that we love, everything that you ever want here, whether it's fantasy, horror, the slasher genre, and also like heartfelt, like you get a little, you know, a little emotional with some of the themes here in the movie, and you don't normally get that too often when we're getting into a slasher film to really, like, I cared about majority of the characters here and what happened to them, especially our lead, and those are things that I can appreciate in the movie. I couldn't find, because just watching, I was like, let me try to find a flaw, because there has to be. I couldn't find any, so that's rare for me, especially.
Awesome.
What about you?
I found a flaw, but we'll get into it when we talk about it. I really enjoy this movie too. I think this movie is great. It's super funny, like, and it's got like this really good emotional base that flows around the rest of the movie, which I think works extremely well. Mm-hmm. And I love the homage to the 80s slashers too. I think like the whole story is just beat for beat Friday the 13th, which I really love. But I think that some aspects could have gone a little further. But other than that, I think it's a great time. I definitely am never upset. I remember when I bought this at Walmart like years and years and years ago, just out of a whim. And then I ended up loving it.
Mm-hmm. My spoiler-free thoughts. I absolutely love this movie as well. For our regular listeners, if you're trying to figure out what my taste in horror is, this is it. I was thinking that when we were watching it. And, you know, it doesn't even show a whole lot of gore like regular slashers do. You're not seeing a nipple, but I still loved it. Like, and usually I'm there for the gores and the nipples, but it was awesome. Like, I had such a fun time, and it's so entertaining that it almost doesn't even need that. It's still sexy, still emotional, like you said. It's got a great soundtrack. So
yeah, it does.
Yeah, we'll get into spoilers.
Okay.
Tyra, describe this movie in 3 words.
Oh man. Funny. Kind of safe. Kind of safe, especially for my taste, which is why I'm sure Sam was like, this is what Tyra said. Kind of safe, but entertaining. Funny, safe, and entertaining.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good. I will also go with funny. I didn't write any words down either. I
left my notes upstairs, so I gotta go get them.
Okay. I will ponder some.
You guys talk. I'm looking around. I'm like, where's my papers?
I was wondering if you brought them down. I'll go with homage and slasher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't like give it that, because when I say slash, like I want blood, like I'm expecting like kills, and there kills there, but it's not like up to my slasher standard, especially for the tempo and the beats that they're paying homage to. There could have been, you know, I think that's probably your flaw, more blood. Like it could have been more slashing in the slasher.
It definitely is. That's probably my only flaw with the movie, is it just doesn't go there. I remember not being disappointed with it the first time I watched it, but then upon a second rewatch, I think I rewatched it with Sam, and then we just rewatched it again. So it's probably my 3rd time viewing too. But I'm like, why did they just not go for it and have like Evil Dead level of like blood and gore, or Evil Dead 2?
I have some fun facts later that explain it.
Oh, okay.
I'm back. A little out of breath, but I'm back. My 3 words are kind of lame. I just put so much fun, but I guess I would go with I'll go with colorful, funny, I'll say emotional too, like we said, because there was a couple times where I was like, a little tear might come down.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing too last night or the other night when we watched it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super sad.
Yeah. Who's your favorite character?
Kurt.
Yeah,
I really
right?
like Kurt. There's never a dull moment with Kurt. Kurt is what kept me, even though I like the leads, I enjoyed a lot of everyone, especially the character. I can't remember. I think it's Max, who's just living his fantasy, like he doesn't care what's going on. Like we're in the movie and he's mouthing the dialogue and the scenes. I enjoyed him too, but Kurt is just an amalgamation of all the trash characters that I love to hate. The jockey douches from those 80s horror movies. It's just all of that like turned up, and I enjoyed Kurt, and I was sad to see him go.
Yeah. I also went with Kurt.
Did you?
I had a hard time picking. I kind of went with Kurt, and I thought Tina was so funny just because she's like the stereotypical slew. But I just loved watching her.
Yeah, Tina's my favorite character.
Tina?
Yeah, besides like the mother-daughter relationship going on.
They're off on the side too on my
Yeah,
notes.
I think Tina is an absolute fucking blast to watch.
Yeah.
She's so funny. She's so over the top. She's just like in her own different movie, kind of like the same as same as Kurt. Like for some reason, those two were on the same level, and nobody else was like hitting those levels in the 80s.
Yeah.
In the 80 movie.
Yeah, they were both great. Who's your least favorite character?
Probably the lead.
Oh, hot take.
Yeah, probably the lead is my least favorite. She made some questionable decisions, and I was like, girl, this is not all about you. We all want to live. So yeah, probably the lead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Probably Vicky, I guess.
You looking at my notes and saying
No,
Vicky?
I'm looking at the cash sheet. No, did you have Vic too?
I have Vicky too. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I'm looking at the cash sheet because I didn't write anybody down. Yeah.
I just went with Vicky because I'm not a huge fan of the actress, Nina Dobrev. Yeah, it's a personal reason for me.
Like she does have some redeeming qualities near the end of the movie, but she's kind of not fun to follow for the rest of it.
Yeah. Okay. Who do you think had the best performance?
I probably the mom character. I'm not sure what her name was, but she was really delivering. It's really, a lot of them did what they needed to do, but the way that she had to convey a certain thing on the outside and then come back and kind of still be in the tempo of I'm still acting out as a character, but I still have to present my lines as if I'm in an 80s slasher movie. That's not easy to do. So I really like the juxtaposition of how she could go between and then probably towards the end of the film just kind of merge the two and feel more like a full realized person and not so much like a character. I enjoyed her the most probably.
Yeah.
You go first.
I actually didn't write anyone down because I thought everyone kind of played their role, but I do like how you dissected that. Like she did have to, exactly like you said, act like the younger version of herself at the same time, and that would be kind of hard. So
yeah,
but yeah, I thought everyone kind of did their part.
Yeah, I agree. I think everybody plays their caricatures up to par. I actually really think Teresa Farmiga does a fantastic job in this movie. Yeah, I think she's got a lot of emotional depth. I can understand why she was chosen to take on the Nun franchise.
Yeah.
Oh, is she in that?
Yeah, she's the lead.
Oh, I haven't seen the Nun. I just know her from American Horror Story.
Yep.
Okay. Score and soundtrack.
Fabulous. It's the 80s. It's the 80s. Even the opening, and it's the Betty Davis eyes. The score and the soundtrack is really, really good. And then the hint of the score that's really just giving Camp Crystal Lake the cha ha ha ha. That's always going to be entertaining and fun. I thought it was really, really good, and I didn't have a problem with one song selection or score. I thought it was pretty perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was that song when they're singing in the car? Is it the
Betty Davis eyes?
I fucking love that song.
When it came on, I knew that was a song you would love.
I love it. They got Cherry Pie in there, which I think is awesome.
Yeah.
Very well used scene. Lollipop was also in there.
Hey, Mickey.
Yeah, hey Mickey. This soundtrack's just a blast.
Yeah, it's definitely an upbeat, fun soundtrack. And then I also loved how they had the going on in there. That was awesome. Cinematography.
I thought it's pretty colorful. Because I hadn't seen it in a while. So once we get you can tell that there was a smaller budget for the film, but I think they did well with what they had. But some of the more so surreal sequences and transitioning, they weren't my favorite. But just the color palette and how vibrant the camp, like it looks like a happy camp when there's going to be just so much debauchery later. So I think color palette wise they got it right, but due to probably that lower budget, they had to make some decisions and cut costs somewhere. But even just with like the ending standoff and that color, the sky and the pinks and the everything, all that was great. And I really enjoyed the way that they incorporated, like, remember you're still in the movie, and showing like the title card of the summer of 19 whatever and transitioning to the gray. I think they did really, really excellent with the budget that they had and stretched it pretty far. Like the ending when it's the credit sequence, that was so creative. That was so creative. I wasn't expecting it, and I actually forgot that they did that. Really, really good with what they had.
Yeah, I agree. And like the flashback going to black and white, and just how like the scene change, all the goop comes down to change the scene was really cool.
Yeah, I really like a lot of it actually. I like the Grindhouse opening teaser trailer for the movie. I just noticed this in the background, but at the theater they have posters up for Fright Night, Dracula, The Deep, and there was one more, but I couldn't remember what it was. So I really like that. So like
I didn't even notice that
they were doing like this crazy horror marathon. But Tyra, you brought up the purple fog and the red storm during the final fight scene. I thought it was incredibly, like, it looked beautiful.
Yeah.
You also have like when they are doing like their attack on, is his name Billy? Billy, yeah. They're doing his attack on Billy. The camera moves like so much and like it flows very nice throughout the sequence. And then you got some like when they're getting prepared and stuff, kind of reminded me of like Sam Raimi Evil Dead when they're gearing up sequence. So yeah, I think that's a lot of fun. There's a lot of nice camera work going on, and Tyra said the sets and the design of everything looked great.
Yeah, this movie was very colorful. Favorite costumes and outfits.
Favorite costumes. So I can't say Billy because that mask was a choice. That's
like
original.
Head or something.
Yeah, like why that? Especially if he made it himself. But let me think. Who was our final girl who never was? I thought she looked cool. She looked like
Paula.
The dark hair and the boots and she looked the way that you would think the final girl, the badass would look in the 80s. I think she delivered costume wise. Anybody else, it was Camp Crystal Lake clothes. Nothing that was sticking out or really individualistic for me to go, oh, that was really cool outside of just, you said Paula. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. I really like Kurt's got that like Johnny Depp crop top type jersey thing. Yeah. I really like that. I like Tina when she's all like hooked up in the life jacket and they have the duct tape.
I wrote that down too.
Oh, okay. I was actually paying attention to the outfits this time.
Yeah, I know that's usually my category.
Yeah. I like Billy when he's on fire.
Yeah.
The slow motion scene is fabulous. Oh my gosh. Best scene in the movie.
Memorable lines?
Oh man, I would have wrote. I don't know. I had to think what it was probably Kurt. Like just I don't know. Whatever Kurt said when he was trying to pursue Ass, those are all memorable for me. Anything Kurt said in the midst of trying to take someone's virginity or have sex with a girl, those are all the memorable lines in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wrote a couple of his lines down for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. When he's talking about his cherry tattoo, I got this in juvie for stealing cherries. I'm a cherry thief. Like, he could have said something a little. I feel like there was a cherry line in there that would have sounded a lot better. they call me the cherry popper or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
It's cheesy. Him just coming in and it's like, no, it's too late. This is happening. I'm here. Like all of Kurt was just amazing. Everything.
Yeah. You could have written down every one of his lines.
Oh yeah.
I put down, I'm a movie star. Look out, Maxine Minks. Step aside. That's all I really put. And then I have a Kurt line, but I mean,
Yeah.
Old 80s stuff. Like, I can finally, I'm not going to have sex. I'm going to save myself for George Michael. Like, don't get your hopes up. That's not happening.
Yeah. Did you have any lines disliked, or I didn't write anything down?
No. I thought like the movie was written really, really well. I enjoyed everything. Nothing felt unnecessary or over the top or like, why would they say that? I think everybody acted pretty rationally in the scene, so the dialogue just flowed naturally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am in the same boat as Tyra.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I think it's an incredibly smart movie.
Yeah. Favorite kill?
Oh man, see that's because it's pretty lenient on the kills, so that's not, because I'm more so in the realm of the creativity that they lent to the booby trap scene. I enjoyed that. And the slow motion situation, nobody actually got killed right then, but that's like the favorite transition kill scene. I don't, because it's just not a whole. If I had to pick one, I would say the situation with Max and him trying to get, a photo, and he's just living his best movie fantasy, not expecting that kill to come, and the blade or the machete, whatever that is, it flies and it hits him. That's probably my favorite kill, because they thought they were safe. Like, he can't see us, we're not a part of this movie. So it would have to be that one, but nothing's topping that slow motion scene, which is great for a slasher film because there was no blood involved. It was just wow.
Yeah.
I got Tina.
Me too.
Oh, okay.
We could have just written notes together.
Yeah, we should start doing that. It's so quick though, and it's so unfortunate because
you don't get to see it.
Yeah,
Like,
Tina falls in the bear trap, right?
Yeah. This is where the movie lacks a bit, is with the actual gore and blood.
Yeah. Same with like Adam Devine too. Like, his kill could have been so great, and it's still funny, but it's like, it just doesn't hit the level. Like, where's like the road burn or something like that?
Yeah. There wasn't even any like blood coming out of his cracked limbs or anything, was there?
Nope.
No. Yeah. Did you have a least favorite kill? I really didn't write one down.
It's probably like most. I didn't enjoy I didn't come to this movie for the kills, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Slasher. I come for the writing. It's just not. I don't know if it was for budgetary reasons, but they didn't pour into that section of the film. I just like the premise of the movie. The kills are just not there.
Yeah. No, I totally agree.
Yeah, I'm pretty much in the same boat.
This isn't any hatchet movie or anything.
Yeah. Could you imagine if they would have went there?
Yeah, then this movie would be pure gold.
Yeah. It, like, even Shaun of the Dead, which is like an incredibly well written horror comedy, goes there with its levels of gore.
I know.
Right? So it's
get you, Barbara. Absolutely. I love it.
It's just so upsetting that it just never quite hits it. Even Tucker and Dale also goes there with its gore.
Yeah.
Oh, child. The wood chipper.
Yep. But yeah, like, it's just so unfortunate, and I can't wait to hear the reasoning behind it when you get to some fun facts.
Yeah, I want to know too.
Yeah. The next category is actually gore and special effects, which we are talking about. And I see on Brendan's notes it says no gore with a sad face. Yep. Do you have anything you want to add about the special effects? Or
I love the special effects. Like I said, the effects of, and I love the more so practical moments of, just like I said, the slow motion situation, or even the things that we don't see, even though we know like the torment of Billy and they threw it in there. I'm like, we're getting it, but we would like to see Billy's face and the damage. We just see, we see the after effects or bandaged up. I just like the execution of, we're not going to show you anything, but we're still going to make the movie really entertaining. And that's no easy feat for me. That's why I picked this movie, because typically I would hate this movie.
Yeah.
I would hate this movie, but it really subverted, like, okay, I can get into more so of a PG feeling type of scenario in something that doesn't have a lot of gore or a lot of kills, and I still found it really entertaining. I would hate this movie. There's no blood. there's no really strong amount of blood or any of that, anything that I love coming into a horror film. No body horror, no anything. I just like how well executed it was, and it kept me of all people entertained without that. But the effects are great with the budget and what they did with them, as we spoke on before, with the transitioning, the shots, and even I'm gonna run that slow motion scene on a loop. I think it's amazing. But just gore, it's just not there.
Yeah. Do you have anything to add or for
For-
Gore?
No,
No, I
yeah.
don't either.
I've already went on a rant
No
twice
more
about
Gore.
it. So.
Storyline and pacing.
Great. I thought you were gonna go, Sam.
You want me to go?
No, I thought. What, is it my turn? I'll go. I thought it was great. We immediately jump into, like, after a Final Destination scenario to actually get us into the film and into the movie, literally and physically. It's just up from there. I just love them figuring it out, and even just the small details, like them being on that loop and giving us more of that Happy Death Day effect. Like, hi, do you know where camp is? Like, we're just going to sit here. Well, we have to figure something out, or even them trying to escape and them coming back to, like, I'm so glad you're here. I'm so, like, oh my God, is there nowhere, for us to go? I think it was paced really, really well. I didn't feel that there was ever a dull moment in the film.
Yeah. I'm in the same boat. It did not drag at all for me.
Mhm.
Like, I was entertained the whole way through. There was a couple scenes where I thought I was going to tear up. Then I was all of a sudden laughing, and it was just, the storyline was so fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I totally agree. I think it's a really good story. I didn't even think about making the comparisons to, like, Happy Death Day or Freaky. I don't know why, but it's like a perfect comparison. You can almost put that in that trilogy and it would work totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very like Last Action Hero.
Yeah. Or it's something new. I can't think of what it is. It's on Prime, and it's the amusement park ride. It's like a time machine. Which what was that film called? And it's set in
Totally
the
Killer.
Totally
Yeah,
killer.
this would
Yeah.
fit. All of those would fit really. They should put all of those. You remember how they used to have, like, special edition DVDs and put 4 movies on one? They should put all of
Yeah.
these together.
Yeah. I love all those movies.
Yeah.
They're so much fun.
Yeah.
Favorite scenes?
Oh man. Let's see. I love the ending. The ending is really, really great. Because I remember when I first watched it and we get into that ending, I was like, oh, let me find the second one. I was like, oh, there's no second one. Because I saw this film pretty late. It wasn't 2015, maybe like 2020 or somewhere around that area. And I was like, oh, they definitely, gave us that second installment by now. Then I didn't see it. I was like, oh. I was so disappointed. I was so disappointed because I wanted to see the story progress and see what these characters would do different, or what kind of journey we would go on with them, because I enjoyed everybody here in this film. But it's always going to be, I enjoyed the opening, and because it's unexpected if you haven't seen it, because you're just thinking, oh, she's walking out of the theater, I don't want to see my mom die on screen. And then it just progresses into a Final Destination. We need the liquor bottle to roll to have an effect on, and the fire and the flames, and then we're just in it. I just love how we're just there, we're in it. And the slow motion scene is absolutely undefeated. Nothing's defeating that. The booby trap scene and the slow motion scene, perfect.
Yeah. I also like the whole Final Destination scene. But I also really loved Tina on Adderall. I think that's my favorite part of the movie. She's just tweaking out and she's ready to take those clothes off. That was fantastic.
I wrote that scene down too.
Did you?
Yeah. Let me see. I wrote down the Max and Honey. Is it Nancy? Nancy. Sorry, I can't read my own handwriting. I have the little touching scene when she's been stabbed and they have their little conversation about how she has to sacrifice herself in order to save her, even though she probably doesn't understand that she's her daughter. She's like, I'm still going to do this for you because I like you so much as a person.
Mm-hmm.
So I was really touched by that. I thought that was nice. And then she like does this song, dance to the song.
Yeah.
and is looking at her and stuff. I thought it was sad.
It was.
Yeah.
It was a nice tie-in to the opening scene with the before the accident and the ride and everything. It's just it kind of brought us back to the beginning of the movie, and it was very emotional. I was like, oh my god, this is a campy horror movie. This is nice.
Yeah.
Did you have another live at 9:30 Eastern?
No, it's my time. So we're
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just wanted to make sure. I'm like, it's 9:30 already.
I would never give you guys 30 minutes now. Hey.
I wasn't sure what time zone you were in, but okay, cool. Did you have any other scenes you wanted to bring up?
No, I do have like the opening Grindhouse trailer. I thought that's like just a really cool addition into getting you in the mood for what this fictional movie is going to be. And then I also have the Max and it says Amanda on here, but
I think her name's also
Nancy
in the movie.
Mhm.
I think,
Yes. So I also have their scene at the beginning of the movie where they're just worrying about like the daughter's worrying about bills and the mom's like free spirited and just trying to have fun and live in the moment. I thought that was nice too.
Mhm.
Yeah, I have the opening as well, and the van ride to camp is pretty funny. And Max seeing her mom for the first time in the back. That's one of the parts I almost like cried.
Yeah.
Did you have any least favorite scenes in this movie? Lack of gore.
Yeah. It's all of the least favorite scenes come with the lack of gore. Just when because I love that moment, like you said, with Tina, when she finally gets to take those mittens off, and it's like, oh, I've just been waiting. I'm all full of Adderall, like get all this cherry pie. We're gonna bring him out when I unleash the boobs. And then when he gets to the door, and it's like, no blood. I'm like, oh man, why? Even with the I guess least, if I had to like be nitpicky about something, was the forced relationship they were trying to have between I think it was Blake, the black camper, and the friend who was there.
Yeah,
I think his name was Blake. Yeah, they were trying to make fetch happen with that. We didn't care, but maybe if I had to nitpick something, that would be the thing.
Okay.
All right.
You have any least favorites?
I didn't. I think this movie's real fun to watch all the way through.
Yeah.
I never have an issue with it.
I'm in the same boat. I just, like I said, lack of gore. Like, yeah, that's it. That's the only problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lack of gore, lack of titty. I just want to say thank you to Slice of Horror, because we always forget to say to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. So thank you. It is spooky season. And to Ryan, this movie is fun. You need to watch it.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, definitely, absolutely go check it out.
Yes. And what do we think of the killer?
We're paying. I wish he had a better mask. I really hate that mask.
Yeah.
I hate that mask. I can't say he doesn't have individual quality to him, because he is supposed to be giving us that Friday the 13th Jason adjacent type of character. I wish he did have more of a unique, like if we were to get that 2 or different installments, I would like to identify him as, but it's kind of like it's not even a zip up. It's just he has on like a jacket and a coat. Like he's all presentable, like from the neck down. And then he's just menacing. He's just of a larger size. I wish he had something more poignant beyond that tiki mask to go like, oh, I know exactly who this killer is. It's very like Jason almost.
Jason from Wish.
Yeah.
Or Temu. Is that the new
Jason.
one? Yeah. But I'm kind of leaning on like, is that the point, to make him super cheesy? Maybe.
Yeah.
That's what I was kind of thinking too. Yeah, I think he's maybe not supposed to look so iconic.
Yeah.
He's supposed to look like the cheap ripoff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't mind it. I don't necessarily hate it, but it's not if I saw this movie as a kid, I don't think I'd want to dress up as fucking this guy for Halloween. Like I'm definitely gonna dress up as Jason over Billy.
That's the mask that your mom tried to make cool for you, and it didn't work out, and you're embarrassed to wear it to school.
We got that mask at home.
Do we know if this movie is streaming anywhere? I think we own it, right? So
Yeah, I own it. I would try Netflix or Amazon.
yeah.
Yeah, I tried Netflix first. For some reason, I think it's on there.
Yeah, sorry, Ryan. You'll have to
Don't ask
Google
me,
it.
Ryan. I believe in piracy. It's always somewhere for free, Ryan. Go find it.
That is true. I guess we're at our scary rating already. So we rate our movies out of 10, 1 being not scary at all, and 10 being the scariest movie you've ever seen in your life.
Oh, wow.
What would you rate this movie?
Scary rating, because this is, more on the comedic side. I would definitely give it a 3.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm going 2.
I was gonna go 1. So.
Oh, yeah, okay, perfect.
I
Yeah,
was gonna try.
like if it would have hit some gore levels, maybe it'd be higher. But
Yeah, because I don't even think if I walked in on this as a kid, it would scare me.
No.
no,
It's very kid friendly. We don't even see Tina's boobs. I was like, we're not going to see Tina after
Yeah.
all this talk. We don't get to see Tina's boobs.
Yeah,
I was so disappointed.
I know.
was this movie PG or PG-13?
Oh,
Because like, couldn't you show one boob in PG-13 or something?
one boob,
I
one
don't
nipple.
think you can show one boob in PG-13.
No, that's not how it works. I don't know.
It doesn't count if it's 2.
'Cause you get one F-bomb.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know. Just maybe get one nipple.
I don't remember. It's a PG-13.
Oh, okay.
It's PG-13. We wasn't getting a side boobs. No.
Lame.
Yeah, I'll get into my fun facts after, and we'll talk about it.
Okay.
Rewatchability, and would you recommend?
Absolutely. This has a lot of rewatch quality. It popped up for me when you asked the question for what we could discuss, and I hadn't seen it for quite some time. But you watch it once or twice, it's like, okay, this was still just as good. I felt really entertained and had a good time with it, and I would definitely recommend that if you like horror, especially if you are a fan of the totally killers, freaky, Happy Death Day type of films, you would enjoy this.
Yeah, I totally agree. The thing about horror comedies is that you like, for me, I don't want to rewatch them all the time. So like, I'm gonna revisit this in a couple of years because I noticed, like, Scary Movie. Every time I go back and rewatch like the first 2 movies, I either notice new things or I don't remember things that happened in the movie. So it just makes it that much funnier again.
Yeah,
So that's what I kind of like to do with this movie as well.
that's true. Because I actually completely forgot how this movie went down, and we watched it maybe 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was just laughing my butt off last night when we watched it. So
If it had multiple installments, like I could see this at least getting 3 films. If it had 3, it would have more rewatch quality because then you could have a like watch along. Okay, you guys, we're going to revisit, different installments and just see the progression. But since it's just this one, it's, best to revisit it later.
yeah,
Yeah, like if there would have been a sequel to this,
Yeah.
and they would have went maybe an R rating, had a bigger, bloodier, sexier, like what every other slasher movie does.
yeah,
I think you could double pair them up and it'd be an awesome watch.
yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. So we rate our movies as a whole with emojis, and these are them. The poop is a 1 and the 100 is a 5. So if you're somewhere in between, you can say a high thumbs up or a low thumbs up. What would you rate this movie?
I can't give it 100 because there's no gore. I gotta give it a thumbs up.
Yeah, I'm going high thumbs up, high thumbs up, low 100. Because if it had the gore and the boobs, this would be a 100 for sure. But it's just not hitting that 5-star for me.
Okay.
It's a 4.5. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going with a thumbs up as well. I think actually, what was the rating?
PG-13, I thought.
Yeah, I think Rotten Tomatoes is pretty much bang on with their like
76%.
76% rating. It's a very well crafted movie. Unfortunately, it just doesn't hit those levels that I wanted to hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I laugh when they do the rolling credit scenes and it's the end and it has that R rating for the film that they're supposed to be in. I was like, man, why would y'all go that far and really give us the R rating film? Like, I can't wait to hear why that is, because that's a choice.
Well, I'm gonna get into the fun facts.
I know.
Oh.
The only amount of blood you get is like in that opening Grindhouse trailer where you see Kurt's character in the closet, and he's got some like blood around his neck or something like that, not his head.
Oh, I forgot that even happened.
Yeah, because it's so short, they don't like linger on it at all for too long.
Yeah. Okay. The film was conceived and co-written by Joshua John Miller as a way of dealing with the death of his dad, Jason Miller, who had starred as Father Karras in The Exorcist.
Oh, I love Jason Miller.
Yeah.
Angela Trimber improvised her entire dance sequence. Hey, Tina. She slammed energy drinks to get in character and worked herself up for the frantic dance.
That's method.
When the characters are sucked into Camp Bloodbath, it was scripted that they stepped into a Technicolor world. The writers were initially horrified when they showed up on location and discovered that the crew had taken their words literally and decorated the forest with colorful artificial flowers.
Mhm.
Oh, okay, so that's why there's so many like pretty flower scenes and stuff.
In the original script, the kids began undergoing physical and psychological transformations after they entered the film. The girls' waistlines shrunk, their breasts ballooned, and Gertie was so enamored by her newfound beauty that she tried to sabotage her friends to ensure they could never leave.
I'm not mad at that.
I know.
That actually sounds kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Boobs? Hey, boobs bigger? I mean, well, they weren't going to let us see them.
Yeah, exactly. Under the shirt.
Yeah.
The song the camp counselors play after the first murder is Michael Row Your Boat Ashore, the same song the counselors are playing in the pre-credit sequence in Friday the 13th, 1980. They also wear similar yellow shirts.
Yes.
The script was originally optioned by New Line Cinema, but the studio wanted to eliminate all of the deep character moments in the mother-daughter plot. Eventually, it wound up being produced by Sony, a studio which liked the emotional core, but decided to tone down the slasher movie aspect to attain a PG-13 rating. So they did it for the emotion.
Yeah.
For the time, that sounds like very now. I could, because you're trying to capitalize and get every age demographic in there. For 2015, I would think they would have went with that R rating and just that feels unnatural.
Yeah, because this was stage 6. I think stage 6 is like an offshoot of Sony, so it's like Disney now owns Fox. So now if Fox produces an R-rated movie, it's actually Disney, and they're just putting it underneath that name to be sneaky. So stage 6, they did like the Quarantine remake. The Rec remake Quarantine, which I think was rated R too. So I don't understand why they just didn't go that route.
That sucks. That's probably why this film flopped.
The running time of Camp Bloodbath is 92 minutes, the same length as The Final Girls.
Okay, details.
In an early draft of the script, Max was suicidal following the death of her mother, and an attempt to hang herself was interrupted by a phone call from Gertie. A little dark.
Mm-hmm.
And in the original version of the script, Billy Murphy was named Hatchet Face. Hatchet Face.
I don't love that.
I like Billy better.
Yeah. Can you imagine if there was like a full length like Camp Bloodbath movie shot in between this, like kind of like what they did with Pearl and stuff? And maybe it was just like a bonus feature. You wouldn't watch it?
No, I said I would have watched it.
Yeah, me too. You get like at least an hour. You get like an hour like fan made movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been fucking sweet.
Yeah. I wish there was a sequel.
Because I looked when I saw we was talking about this, like maybe there was something. It's like, no, nobody has any interest in expanding the universe and maybe giving it that R rating and giving it a sequel. I would watch that. I don't know. I just, with all the remakes and stuff that have been coming out, or all the movies that I hate, the possession situations, this would be really refreshing. I would be interested in watching, especially if it was R rated.
Yeah, me too.
Well, never say
Tubi's always doing stuff or Shudder. This feels very summer. I think it's summer of '84, even though summer of '84 is really good. But this feels very Shudder.
Yeah. Never say never. They did just release the sequel to Beetlejuice, and that took what 36 years?
Long time.
What kind of time, Brandon?
Yeah, I guess all the characters would be
Mm.
older by then.
And then no, all of these actors, like the most, I think the lead, they've kind of exceeded maybe where they are, were when this movie came out. So especially the leads. I think I just saw the friend in Blink Twice, and like you said, American Horror Story, The Nun. Like maybe this is small potatoes for them now. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
I could definitely see Adam coming back for this.
Yeah,
Oh,
he looks like he's having a fucking hoot in this movie.
Yeah, even in his outtakes, he looks like he's just having a great time.
Yeah.
Just have sex. Let's just go have sex now. Oh God.
I love him.
Yeah, me too.
But that's the final girls.
Yeah.
That was quick. Do you have any projects coming up that you want to announce?
Oh, it's always. I should be dropping my review for Welcome to the Dollhouse from 1995 Monday. Be on the lookout for that. Training Day should be following that same week on that weekend, so look out for that. And getting into October, I will be hosting more horror thrill like live situations, and I just want it to be really 80s and really campy and over the top and indulgent in all things titties, and I'm excited about that. I'm excited about that and really get into it's just I'm really tired of hearing about elevated anything, and I love A24, and I'm gonna take that with a grain of salt because I watched The Front Room and other stuff that I'm very why, but I like the tradition. I like horror. I like 80s, and I just want to spend October really diving into why it's so great. So be on the lookout for that.
Awesome. If you're not subscribed to Tyra, make sure you go subscribe to her channel. And have you seen The Substance yet, or are you going to see it?
No, I'm definitely going to see it. I just recently watched Blink Twice, and The Substance is next. I'm hoping it's good because I've been disappointed.
I know. I've been hearing really great things. We're going tomorrow, and I'm trying not to overhype it.
Sam's been like looking at tweets of what people have been doing about it today, and I'm like, oh no.
Well, one person was like, 10 people threw up in my theater. We had to change screening rooms. And I was like, 10 people.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that. I'll say if you're not into kind of the feminist kind of our revenge adjacent type of movies, then this probably isn't the movie for you.
My friend messaged me today and was like, it's got body horror and boobs. You're gonna love it, Sam. I was like, okay.
Body horror. Okay.
Did you like Blink Twice?
I did not.
No.
I did not. Oh God, I hated it so much.
Oh.
I love it for how divisive it is, because if you ask, not two people are going to say the same thing. Some people love it, some people don't. I'm one of the people who don't. Like, it's not anything that I would recommend or watch ever again in my life. I hated it with a capital H. No.
Okay.
Is Blink Twice the one with Channing Tatum?
Yeah.
And the island one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I want to see it, but I think that's one I'm going to wait to come out to streaming.
Yeah.
It is. I think it's on streaming now.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was just in theaters.
Oh, okay. And you said you went and saw The Front Room too, and you didn't like that either?
Oh my gosh.
I almost saw it, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's they should have marketed it as like a dark comedy. That would have been better for that particular film, but since they marketed it as like a straight facing horror, it wasn't what I expected.
Okay.
But if you want to laugh, The Front Room.
Okay, yeah, that's what I heard. It was a comedy, and I was like, the trailer doesn't look like a comedy.
Comedy. Hilarious.
All right.
We'll wait for streaming for that one too.
Yeah. Well, I am excited to see The Substance tomorrow. I hope there's lots of good body horror and fun.
Yeah, me too. I hope so, because it's gonna be 2 hours and 20 minutes of it.
Yeah.
It's 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Yeah. It's long.
Well, I love Demi Moore, and I love it. Look, the trailer gave me body horror, and I love some good body horror. It kind of reminded me of what is it, Possessor, a little bit with the trailer, just some of the imagery, and I really like the body horror in Possessor, so I'm hoping it's good. And I've been watching Duds. I want to see something good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm really hoping for it to be good too.
I thought you were gonna say something else.
No, I kind of had a brain fire halfway through my sentence, but it happens.
All right. What we have coming up next is you are going live at 4 p.m. Eastern on Sunday with Ian, and Bo is taking my place.
Yes, we're going to be reviewing In the Mouth of Madness.
Yes.
Ooh, that's good.
That's one I have not seen.
Nope.
My tattoo artist put it on when I was getting a tattoo, and I wasn't paying attention, but you were, and then you went home and watched it.
Yep.
I'm just don't think it's a movie for me. So
Yeah, probably not. Yeah, I liked it. And then what else do we got coming up? We got.
Oh gosh, I don't have the calendar.
Oh, okay.
So I'm sorry.
We're going on somebody else's podcast on Tuesday
Yes, for Halloween Kills.
for Halloween Kills.
Back to the Blockbuster, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, our next few weeks are booked back.
Yeah.
Oh, and Saturday, let me not forget tomorrow. Tomorrow's always horror. It's always Killer Con with Nikki.
Yeah.
And yes, Killer Con is tomorrow. Let me plug that. Killer Con tomorrow. Same time every time. 5 o'clock Central Time. Do Killer Con with Nikki. And directly after that, not directly, a couple of hours, depending on how long we're there. Myself and the girls, we are hosting a watch along for Vampire in Brooklyn, but it's members only. So be sure to become a member to be a part of that.
Awesome. Killer Con's a lot of fun. That's how you guys met. And
Yeah.
I love watching it. It's Nikki puts so much work into all those questions and stuff.
Yes.
It's really cool.
Yeah. So bummed out. I was so sick last time.
You were. I know.
You did well, though. You did really well.
Thank you. I know. I've heard some people say that, but I'm like, I just felt like I was dying the whole time. And I'm like, I love the 80s, and I felt like I couldn't even put a full sentence together.
Left me out there alone, didn't you? I was out there defending the 80s all alone.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us for Final Girls.
Yeah, I'm happy. Let me know when you guys are like, if y'all want to get graphic, we don't make me take it there. We can go there. So you guys, do me the honor of coming back again. Since we had the more PG-13, I'm finding the most graphic movie I know.
I'm in for it.
Excellent. Yeah, me too.
Don't have to tell us twice.
I feel like I'm gore depraved now. I have to go put something on.
Yeah. And thank you to everyone that tuned into the chat. As always, make sure you are subscribing to Tyra and us. And always remember to stay spooky.